Hi, my name is Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papers and the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group. This is video 1 in my project Christmas Medley using the Christmas Medley Kit 1 and 2 from ARTYmaze. Now 2 is an add-on to 1, and this looks like a ton of pages, and the reason it does is because I accidentally extracted them twice and didn't notice it and printed out 82 pages instead of 41. So I haven't gone through and sorted out the duplicates yet, but the duplicates of the portrait pages are fine because, you know, you cut them up and stuff for pages, so I'm not worried about that. But I've got 40 pages or 30 pages, whatever, of ephemera that are duplicates. Yay! So I have to sort through all this. So let's go through. Yes, it's getting cold out. It's only 32 degrees out, and so everybody knows that means I've broken out my hand warmers. So we've got 2 pages that are music pages, and so I'll probably have 4. And here's a nice backing page. We're not going to go through everything once we start getting to doubles. And this page you can either cut up for ephemera, or you can use it as a collage page. When I get to the duplicate, then I will probably use one for one and one for the other, but maybe not, because they're so, you know, see, there's the duplicates right there. Anyway, so what I was going to say is I've got so much ephemera, I will probably leave these together. The other thing is that ARTYmaze is based out of the UK. Can't think of her first name. I know it, but I just can't think of it. I know it starts with an A, but I can't think of it. Anyway, she's in the UK, so let me show you with this one. So when you print them out, you have to turn off your fit to page, because that magnifies it, and you have to turn off, if you have it, borderless. So you're going to have 41 pages that you're going to have to trim the edges off. Then when we go to make our book, because we're definitely making a book, and I've set aside 10 videos, so we'll hopefully be able to do it in that many videos. Okay, so the pages are going to be shorter because they're not A4, they're 8.5 by 11. This is just if you're in the US. If you're in the UK, just use your paper and you'll be fine. So you're going to have to trim these borders off, and you'll see these borders are bigger than normal. And these are, my printer for some reason prints a larger border on this side and a smaller one on that side. I have no idea. And I also haven't printed on the back of anything yet. And I haven't decided if I'm going to or not, but I probably will. So anyway, when we make our book, we'll have to make our pages shorter, and when you fold them in half, they're 5 3/8. They're not 5 1/2. Okay, so is this the duplicate right here? No, this one's different. Okay, let's put it back here. And so here's some more collage pages. Yeah, see, that's a duplicate. Apparently a lot of them printed out together. Anyway, we'll just go through some. Yeah, that's a duplicate of the one we've already looked at. I really like this one. It's almost, not quite, black and white, and I really like working in black and white. It would be kind of neat to have printed this out in black and white. So there's tons of collage pages because it's a collage kit. There's no writing page. There's no divided book pages. Okay, so they're all collage. Let's grab a few. Now we're at the ephemera. And remember, I have duplicates that I haven't sorted yet. This is a trifold. This is a trifold, a different one. This is another trifold. And some postcards. And some more postcards. Anyway, and trifold. And another one. Those might be duplicates. Then we have our smaller ephemera, cards, and things that we can glue onto pages. I'm going to have just so much. So just give you an idea. And the ARTYmaze tags. Keep wanting to say Angela, but I know that's wrong. I love these kind of tags with the stitching already. And now these are close enough you could make a trifold out of that. And then there's some washi or some trim. Yeah, see, those are duplicates. Some of them I printed out together. And these little tags, she's got the blank ones and the ones with the writing on them. So that's nice. And I love having little circles. And here's some more trim or washi. Most of this I'm going to let my scan and cut out, but I have to stand there next to it. So there's some more. Some smaller trifolds. They may be the same as the larger ones, and you can decide. Yeah, here's some smaller postcards. This is a duplicate. I remember seeing that. So anyway, this is the kit. And it's awesome. See, that's a duplicate. And so that's what we're going to be working with. What we're going to do is we're going to take, I'm not sure what, I think white. I think we're going to do white, and we may do a trim, but we may not. I mean, ink, but we may not. I have Festive Berry, which is red, and then I have a couple of other reds that are kind of Christmassy, and so I'll take a look at those and see if I want to use any of those. But we're going to be using pieces of white paper, excuse me, getting really loud there for a second, and then we're going to fold them in half, and then we will create the pages off of the, not on the book, and then we'll glue them to the pages. The reason I do it that way is that way I don't make a mistake in my book. Plus, if I want to, I can take the pages and keep them separate and then mix them up, not in the order that I made them, and put them in the book. I label them left and right for pages that can only go on the left side and pages that can only go on the right side. And yeah, so we'll have that. We'll have Christmas charms and Christmas ribbon and all kinds of goodies to add to our book. We're going to have some lace too, probably some white lace, and of course we're going to use magnets and all kinds of stuff. So that's it for the introduction video, and I'm going to be back in like an instant to you, but quite a while for me cutting out all this stuff and finding the duplicates. And then we will get started on the project. Okay, I'll see you then. Okay, I decided to come back and talk to you real quick about a couple other things like the paper prep and stuff like that before we start page one. There's some additional materials that I'm going to be using. I've got out some eyelash trim. I've never used it before. Definitely have to trim it down a little bit. It's a little wild. But I thought if we did policy closures, it would be kind of cool to put the eyelash trim around behind the thing. Now that I think about it, that might tangle up the string. So we'll think about it. We'll decide what we want to do. I've got this big lace because it's iridescent. It's got iridescent threads in it. I don't know if you can see it or not in the camera. Maybe for the cover. Then I have this smaller white lace. We're going to be using white, red, white, green for Christmas. Different sizes. Don't know how much. Probably mainly use this small. I got out my Christmas charms. So I'd like to use some of those. I have quite a few. I did my Christmas lap book. If you remember, that just ended. If you didn't get to see that series, go to the playlist Let It Snow, a Christmas lap book, and then you can watch that and make a big Christmas lap book. All right, now the other thing with the paper prep, oh, let me tell you this. I've got some white, let's see, what size is it? I think it's 1/4 inch. Yeah, 1/4 inch. I accidentally bought some 1/8 inch and it's really narrow. But we might use that as well. But white 1/4 inch ribbon. Yes, I bought this big thing by accident, but I only paid $6 for it. So I have white ribbon forever. This is craft wrapping paper. And I thought it might look kind of cute as our inside covers. So we'll wait and see. But these papers are all collage papers, so we don't want it to be too clashy, even though the whole book is going to be the collage papers. I also, to prep the pages, I make my own alcohol spray. And it's not alcohol ink spray, it's alcohol and acrylic paint spray. So I'm almost out because I've been spraying papers, but it looks clear until you shake it up. And then it has this pearlescence to it. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell with the glare there. Maybe you can see it there. And the only ingredients in this is Art Deco super metallic or whatever that's called paint in the color of white pearl. You just put a couple of drops and that's all you need, I swear, just a couple of drops, and then you fill the rest of the bottle up with alcohol and then you shake it like crazy and you have this spray. What happens is the alcohol evaporates and then it leaves this shimmer on your paper that you can't see on camera, so I'm not even going to try to have you see it. So now for the book pages, I sprayed 2 pieces of coffee dyed paper. I might have to do a third depending on how many signatures we end up with. I'm going to try for 2 signatures. I think that's all we're going to have time for. Then I sprayed a bunch of the cream colored paper, or no, 4, wow, too many of the cream colored cardstock, 65 pound, with the spray, and those are going to be our actual book pages. So these are all cut to 7 3/4. So is this. So I'm setting those aside. Then I got some cream colored envelopes. These are invitation sized envelopes. I sprayed them. I'm not going to be inking the paper or the envelopes, but we are going to ink the paper, and I'll show you why in just a second. So I got 4 of those and sprayed them. I don't know how many we're going to use, but they look kind of cool. If they're left over, it's fine. I got out a couple of CD covers. I sprayed them too, but since they're white, when we paper them, we're going to paper them right to the edge because I don't want to have to ink them. So we'll see. We'll see. We might have to ink these anyway. Then I sprayed a whole bunch more of the cream colored paper for when we do pockets and flip outs and things like that, that they would be sprayed ahead of time as well. You don't need to spray very much. If you spray too much, the paper will get kind of wrinkly, as if you were spraying on coffee dye or something like that. And then I had to take and set these under an encyclopedia, so to flatten them out, because I got a little carried away. So I made, I don't know, 4 or 5 of these. May need more. Then I sorted the papers out. Like I said, I accidentally printed out double, and I didn't trim the doubles of this, but I'm pretty sure we're going to need them, so I think I'm going to go back and do that. But I sorted them by the type. So these have the collage, but they also have a picture. You see what I mean? They also have a picture. This is the same one, only in sepia. All right, so you see what I'm saying? These are just the collage paper. This is like a backing paper. All right, these are the same collage papers, only without the images. Some of these look exactly the same, but they're not. They're the same little squares, they're in different order. Then these are the color pages. This can still be cut up, but you'll see in a minute we probably won't need to, unless we're going to make pockets with it. And I have 2 of those, of course, but these are doubles that I ended up with that aren't even in so they were triples, I guess. Anyway, so the colored collage pages. So I sorted them out that way because we'll probably use the brown ones for the page papers, and then use these for the pockets and such. I had some red cardstock, but it was red and not like a maroon red, so it really didn't match. So I'm just going to go with the cream color, like I said, to match the other. I did not spray this with the stuff, even though maybe I should, to make everything shimmery for Christmas. I might go back and do that. I also cut up the ephemera. Oh, I went back to ARTYmaze's Etsy shop and I bought her Christmas fussy cuts. So now we have little people and angels and, you know, other little cut up deals. My Scan and cut these. Thank you very much, Scan and Cut. Then we have a ton of ephemera just from the kit, but it was mainly elements that you put on the page. So I kind of organized mine. I paper clipped them. These are cards. And then we have the postcards, and then more cards, and then this trim, which is kind of long, so we'll have to figure out how we're going to use that, and so on and so forth. Then we have these 2 pages that look like Christmas music, and when you trim them, they don't come out the same size, but they are 2 different songs. So that's what I wanted to show you real quick before we do page 1. I'm going to get the papers together for page 1. I already know what we're going to do, but I just don't have the papers that I want to use set aside. If you like these little trays like this, you can get them on Amazon. I think it's like $12, and you get 1 big one, 2 of these, and 4 small ones, which I don't know what happened to them. This came with something else, but it just happens to fit in there. So, all right. Anyway, so you don't have to spray your papers if you don't want to. I just thought it would make a festive little Christmas thing. Plus it would go with, you know, having the lace and everything. It would be kind of holiday-ish. Festive. It would be festive. Okay, so I'll be back in just a second with the papers and the envelopes. We're going to use envelopes on the first page since we can use the thickness there without any problem. And we'll get started. Okay, one thing is that to make the signature of the book, we just fold the cream colored papers in half, and then we use 2, and they're ones that have been sprayed, and 1 coffee dyed paper, and they're all cut to size. So let me check something here. Actually, yes, yeah. I cut them down so that they're 1/8 of an inch bigger and 1/8 of an inch wider. And I'm almost thinking I'm going to have to ink them because of using the white lace. I don't know. I may get out some cream colored lace and see what I've got. I don't think I have any small. I've tea dyed some and I've coffee dyed some. So we'll just have to see. We'll wait and put lace on after this video. Okay, so that we set aside. I don't have anywhere to set it right now. I'll set it over there. And so we're going to do a CD cover. I've cut the front and the back covers already. And we're going to use this to make the inside paper, which I haven't cut yet. Now for the front, is simple. I cut the piece out the size, okay, and then I need to ink it before I forget. And the reason we're inking these is because the ephemera already has a border on it that looks like it's inked. So if we don't do the papers, then they're not going to match the ephemera. Sorry about this. If I'd have thought about it, I would have done it ahead of time. Now, one side of this we're going to have to do again because we're going to trim it off to make a side pocket on the CD once we cover it. And most of this in the center is going to be gone. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the Big Shot to cut the hole. Now the die that I have, the largest one I have, is one size smaller than this, which actually makes it easier because it's easier to get it positioned and not have this show if you get it cut wrong. Why is it as soon as I start recording, Oz starts barking? Oz. 3. Okay. So much for 1, 2, 3 timeout. We just go straight to 3. So to cover this, and we're not going to get all of this done in this video. We only have 40 minutes left. We're going to draw diagonal lines to the corners. And where they cross in the center will be the center of our paper. I guess I could have drawn that on ahead of time. Some of this stuff, when you see the PDF, if you're a member of the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, then you will get a free PDF of all the videos step by step typed up for you that you can have for free. So that's always handy. It goes along with the videos. Now this one doesn't say get out the Big Shot, you know, draw X on CD. It just says cover CD. So that's why they accompany the videos. They're not in place of the videos. Alright, so we need to put the blade down and then get the Big Shot out. I thought I would do this one cover on camera real quick, just in case you've never used one. Skinny plate, green plate, thick plate, all go on. Then we're going to center this. You can use washi to hold it in place if you need to. You usually get pretty lucky. And that's all there is to it. And it cuts the hole out for you. And we set that to the side. Save this centerpiece. Your blade away right away, your die. I use CD covers so I can see what's inside to store my die. My piece of acetate decided to attack me. Okay, so we're just going to glue this on. Now, this to me is directional. Maybe not. It's going to go on sideways on the left side. So that'll be fine. Mark this the top. Right, okay, yeah. This is going to be the top, and this is going to be the top. I'm just going to glue it on. And then I didn't ink the back one either. Sorry. The neighbor's dog is huge. I'm only supposed to have a 45-pound dog here, and my two neighbors have dogs, and one's a pit bull and one's a Weimaraner, which are those big gray dogs with the funny light blue eyes. I'm going to make sure it sticks around the inside. And I just stuck my finger in the glue right there. Okay. So top and top. And we just lay it down on here. And I cut it so it covers the whole thing, so we don't see the white, since all the other paper is cream colored. That's why I'm thinking I should have used white. Okay, and then we just glue the back paper on. Remember, we've got it set up so that this is the top. And I got paper out for the inside, but I'll just paper the inside off camera. I'm going to make you watch me do that too. Oh, I forgot to ink it. Gosh darn it. How come you guys let me forget? Or almost forget. You're supposed to be more helpful than that. Not like you're not going to see this. Oh, this is going to come out a month from now, actually. Normally I film even farther ahead than that. So when you ask me questions about a project, unfortunately, most of the time I don't remember. Unless it's something. Okay. This is the top. Oh, right. Okay. Yes, I'm wearing my hand warmers. Right now they're wrist warmers. My hands are freezing. It's the beginning of November. So this has writing on it. Well, it has writing on it in two places, but I feel like at least one place, and facing to the right, seems correct to me. And we'll be gluing this shut, so that's fine. So we're going to have the opening at the opposite end. It may glue it shut, it may not, but I'm going to trim it so that we have a pocket. So we are going to have to re-ink this side. I'm using Vintage Photo. Seems to match the ink color on the paper. And we're going to ink this. case you see a little bit of it. Should have done that ahead of time, but I kind of forgot. Sometimes you'll see a little bit of it when you glue it on. Okay, now we're going to glue it onto the left side of the paper. Sorry about my neighbor's car. And we're going to do it in the center. I did something similar to this in another book, and I used a long envelope. And a short envelope. But these are extra short, so I don't know. I just... That's up a little bit. Let's see if we can still move it down. Wow, he's having to scrape his windows. It was supposed to go down to 29. Yeah, it's 28 degrees right now. Slide it down just a little bit. Good grief. Okay, and then we're going to put a paper on the inside, which is this. Okay, so now we're going to paper the envelopes. I guess I could have done one off camera. Now, are we going to ink them or are we not? Because if they are, I'll pause it and ink the videos. I mean, ink the envelopes. There's no reason for you to watch me do that. Because if I ink them, then I have to ink the pages of the book. So, all right, let me put you on pause for just a second. So, all right, I inked and papered the front of this. I did not ink the envelope, and I'm not going to ink the papers because I wanted that cleaner look. And if I was going to ink it, then I didn't need to spray it. I probably didn't need to spray it anyway, but I just like that little bit of a Christmassy shimmer around the edge. So I cut this one and put it on, inked it, and then I thought, well, I could have just done them both and we would have been done. But then I realized that I papered this and forgot to put a magnet on it. Now I want to see if I don't think a magnet's going to hold through the whole thing, so I think we're going to end up using the ribbon to tie it shut. And that's fine, except I didn't go get the cream colored ribbon. Okay, sorry about that. I'll cut that out. That will be edited. So here's our cream ribbon. This one, we want this to be in the center of the envelope. These are the backs. That's why I didn't put the backs on, because I was thinking maybe magnets. But I don't think it's going to be that thick. It's like a little mini envelope stack for the front page. I'm not going to use signature covers. So we want to kind of decide where the center is going this way. I think it's going to be, well, it may just be the edge if we moved it over just a little bit. No, because I can feel under my finger. I need to move it back about this far. In fact, maybe a little bit more. So you want to center it. And then cut the paper on either side. I need to take a dryer sheet and wipe off my paper trimmer. It's got some static electricity built up in there. My paper does not want to just slide. Oh, for goodness sake. So then we want it to be in the center this way as well, I think. I think that will be fine. So we're just going to cut the bottom. That way we can keep the "It Came Upon a Midnight" clear. Both of my blades are what I would call fuzzy. They're not quite sharp enough. My other blades are not going to be here in time. Okay, we need to ink this. Oh, let's double check the size. Yeah, that'll be fine. Look at that, and our little bird is right in the center. I printed another whole set of all of the collage papers, so I have to trim those off camera, obviously. Put the cover back on my glue. And Cassie, my friend, sent me such a nice one. Thank you, Cassie. She makes them. Creative Crafts is her Facebook page, and it's spelled Kreative Crafts. Because obviously the C one was taken. And I don't know if she still makes them, but you could ask her and she might make you one. I don't know what she would charge for them. Alright, now remember, the reason I wrote top here is because we want the flap to be on the right hand side. And then I'll paper the backs off camera. There's no reason for you to have to watch me do that. And then we're going to glue these on just like, oh, you know what I should have done? I should have cut 2 more the same size as this for the backs before I glued it on. Oh well. The back's just collage. Oh, I did cut them already, and I inked them. Well, let's just glue those puppies on. I forgot. And then there's a ton of cards in the kit. You can get her stackables as well, the Christmas ones, and then you can make a tag that has the different layers. If you want to make one of those, we're going to make one. Not for this page, but we're going to make one. Now, you just want to glue around the edges. You don't want to glue in here and glue your pockets shut that we forgot to cut. That was a close one. Yeah, I might have to put this series on hold until my blades get here. I don't want fuzzy envelopes and fuzzy everything. It kind of ruins the whole idea. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, we're still going to have plenty of time. That'll make this a 45-minute video. That's plenty. Sort of a craft along on this one, huh? Okay, let's glue them on. I'm going to glue one. Which one do I want? I think I want this one to be on the front, so I'm going to glue this one first. You definitely want to glue over the glue, otherwise it's going to, I mean, you know, really good over the glue, because otherwise it's going to stick immediately from being wet. and they're going to overlap. I'll put it even with the top. Now my original way that I was going to do this was I was going to put a tall one as well, and then cut it at the top for an opening, and then put a big giant tag in that stuck out over the top and put a charm on it. So we're going to try to do something similar to that tall envelope somewhere in the book, so we can put a charm on it. And you don't really have to do this. This is going to be glued into the book. Oh gosh darn it. It's like getting glue all over the surface. I'm going to put this one even with the bottom. You might want to pull it out just a little bit, so that it folds over this one easier. Oh, we gotta put the ribbon on. Okay, we've got this. Looks like it's gonna stay down pretty good. Probably could have put a magnet on here and a magnet on there, and that would have made sure that it was held shut. But yeah, so let's put our ribbon on. And put it in the center. So, put some glue here. And it always takes more to tie a bow than you think. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. Lay it on there and glue it. And then I stick a little piece of tape on there. Holds it till the glue dries and while you're working. Okay, then I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to guesstimate how much it's going to take to tie it shut. If I have extra, that's fine. It's a little short. And then on this one, before we put the tape on, we'll make sure that they're even. Jesus. He just came in here and belched. Good doggy. That seems a little bit lower. See how that just flops open? Yep, that looks good. Cut this one extra long in case we need to put the bow over here on this side to accommodate for that one kind of shorter one. So no, I guess we'll be all right. Oh yeah, definitely be all right. Oh, now we have some ribbon to decorate somewhere else in the book. Okay, there we go. There's our page. Here's our little extra piece of ribbon. And that's it for this video. And I will see you in the next video. And that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.